These damn dogs shut the hell up. Excuse my language, but they seem to be always out all around when I'm recording. Ah, okay, so I wanted to talk about a specific topic today for a reason. I'm doing it outside for a reason, and most people will understand. Um, let's talk about freedom, freedom, freedom. Sometimes freedom isn't as free as we think it is. Only true freedom is internal. You know, with that Pacific main thing that comes into this world through flesh as the only means of freedom, is that matters. I think a lot of people then came addicted to the circus, and they got so used to being comfortable and unaware of things that they don't really care about that. You know, it's easy to say it and talk about it, but to fully function in it, sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes it's very difficult when you have things around you that try to pull it, use that chain on your legs and your hands, and pull you back into certain things that you try to get out of. Now, some people say, "Oh, nobody's keeping you unfree. You have the ability to go here and there and do whatever you want." Let me give a certain kind of understanding for some that don't understand. Sometimes people can be used to a cage or just walking around unaware of what's going on. They can pre-plan things sometimes before an individual can fully get out of the cage that we're all in now. And why do I say this? Let's see. You have people that live within the circus that they will just feels as though that the way you are acting, the way you are, is threatening their ability to maintain inside the circus. As long as they can appear innocent or just appear dumb to give some simplicity to the talk, they can just do whatever they want. Because, you know, sometimes things are put in people's face or ears, and the things they read can become true to them without them having evidence or being aware of what's going on of any topic. Now you have some manipulators where they can just take a specific truth and use it as a weapon and constantly repeat it over and over again and say that it's and to make other people believe that these things are true. And like I said before in another video, they don't care if it's innocent, pure, your own mother, your own brother, cousin, nephew. neighbor, longtime friend, whatever. Those kind of people will do anything to keep the things that they not worked for. Sometimes it's not even to that point where they worked for it, but it's to harm other people to get the things that they need. People have been so extremely disrespectful lately. You know, even the past couple of years, I noticed even other people agree with me because I came across a lot of people talking about a specific date, and that date has been after 2012. You know, during the time of people being so skeptical of a certain time when that 2012 hit, uh, when it came to the fear of annihilation so quick that people became so fearful, and then when that date came and hit and went, they didn't quite understand it. And to my understanding, it was the beginning of full, oh man, negative spirits, um, breakdown more of family, breakdown of the households, and then everything. Um, you know, a lot of domestic violence started actually happening even more. Um, People becoming two-faced even more, non-caring, non-loving. They will say it and display it, but it won't be uh, fully true. You know, to a point where people can actually feel if a person is actually feeling that way towards other people. I'm actually noticing and seeing that people are really paying attention to liars. Even people that don't make sense. I think people will look for comical events and comical languages that makes them laugh and giggle, shake the stomach a little bit and keep the chest rattling. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, there's a point where it's so much now. It's like, I'm looking forward to that. And if this person or that, I see people fighting amongst each other, or there's a major dispute. I'm going to socialize, or I'm going to deal with this person. I'm going to hear this person to hear the things that they say. But then you have other people that amongst the group, they will say, well, what happened to the people standing up for things? What happened to people saying things about this? And then what happened to such and such? But you're paying attention to the clowns and the copycats and the fake people, or you're mixing historical truths and twisting it, and you're putting labels on people that really do sit sometimes in your face and tell you who they really are, or show you. It's like, to me, a denial of, and this is for people that understand. It's like a denial of the past. Past people that actually stood up for something, and I think that's where things are taking. Um, social languages. It's like this. What I'm trying to explain. The seriousness of doing things right for the right side of things, the righteousness of things, and doing what feels right, as long as it's not harming nobody, or it's giving inspiration to somebody else. Uh, um, it seems like it's being laughed at now. But the only time is when it's being laughed at is when things are comfortable for people who don't really understand or see that they're still slaves. As long as you can keep people in circus cage or being entertained. You know, they would keep a smile on their face. They wouldn't even care. Everybody would gain weight. Everybody keep constantly buying or being part of what do you call it, consumerism and consumers and selfishness. This dog here. Every time he hear me, comes up. Hey, get out of that water. It's nasty. Yep. So let me get back what I was saying. I got distracted by my buddy that always around. What are you doing down there? Yeah, they wouldn't have any concern about anything. You know, they're too busy working the landfill. They're too busy being selfish, unconcerned. Get out of here. All right. etc. But like I said, as long as you can keep people in a state of denial or confusion, when the Most High is not the author of confusion, they won't be aware of anything. And that's just the other day I was just thinking about a specific book. I never really fully read the whole thing, and it was Behold the Pale Horse. He howling at that dog. I don't blame him. Okay. And speaking of that book, but anyway, yeah, everybody glance at it, and I was just thinking about it the other day, and I said to myself, because I had a situation where I had lost my memory about a year ago. So certain things that I had, came across when they first started coming out, when they had changed the book's cover so many times, I remember getting the first cover, the first book of it, the copy of it, and that just came to mind. Watching certain things, which I'm going to start fully eliminating as times go, especially that's going to be my goal. One of my goals is to start watching some of these damn videos. Sometimes watching videos sometimes can actually, it's a distraction from I can, I like to watch something. Yeah, I'm going to, fully cut back on watching them. Yeah, it's like so many events that's taking place now where you look at it from a spiritual point of view and you say, okay, something don't make sense here. Or something don't feel right here. What the hell is going on? And I'll like watch it or whatever, but then like I said, if it doesn't make sense, I'll turn it off. I won't even pay attention to it. And it like comes to a point where like, yo, some of the individuals that be talking on some of these damn things, and I'll be like, okay, you're out there in public, you're out there doing these horrible events, right? And anybody that has, how can I say, overseer's mindset, or a captain mindset, or a sergeant, or someone in charge of something. You know what I'm saying? Like a general type of mindset. You can, look at things and say, yo, um, okay. It's like, it's an example. Let me stop it because I want to be able to have the listener glide into what I'm saying. It's like you go to the store right now and you go and get some expensive bread because it's real, you know, all the ingredients in the book and the bread is good for you. And on the other hand, you go pick up some other bread that seems to not rot or go bad, right? So you're standing in front of your kitchen and you're looking at both of these breads. You know what I'm saying? And you notice one thing just not looking good and it's not smelling good, and the other one smells good and it's not strong. It doesn't have, you smell the non-chemical in it. Okay, so you're using your senses, you're feeling, So if you see the other bread not going bad, you're like, yeah, hell, what the hell's going on here? Should I keep this or should I just throw it away? And then you got the other bread that's getting ready to go bad, but it's authentic and it's, you haven't got sick from it. Okay. So that's what I decided to start doing. Not decide, but you know what I mean. That's what I decided to do when I'm watching some videos. I'm saying, okay, something not looking good here. Yeah. And it's been going on for a long time. I mean, there's nothing new, really, to be honest with you. It's just that you have people that pretend as if it doesn't affect them, right? But you keep making up videos about it, right? So some form of something, your true honest self is not telling that it's affecting you. Okay. You're displaying it through your rage about the thing. But sometimes that's what I'm saying. Let's go back to the bread thing again. What's authentic and what's not? Would you eat it or would you throw it away? It's determined by the individual what they want to do with that. Yeah, it's kind of creating people that are starting to have no feelings at all. Okay, no feelings, but they know how to shield off their lack of concern. Okay, they shield it off by saying they have concern when they really don't. And then, like I said, it's making people, it's making certain things worse. You know what I'm saying? Just the other day, I had did an audio, but I did it when I was walking. I had it on my other device. It's kind of like a small handheld recording, and I didn't get a chance to upload it, which I probably will. I'm not sure when. But it's just audio talking, and happened to come down Pacific Street, and I noticed two vehicles. I'm not gonna say the color or the style of the vehicle, and it just so happened to be coming from both sides, both directions towards me. Now one act like it didn't want to move out of it, but when you have all the road though, right? I'm on the side of the road walking. Now I'm hearing another one behind me, but it didn't turn yet. And I literally look back, and it's two of the same. You understand? They really getting ready to collide into each other because they were so distracted by me just walking on the side of the road. I'm just one person, right? And the reason why I brought it up because it's like I said, this energy. I don't know if y'all heard that, but he is tripping. No, he didn't just say that. Boy, let me tell you. No, he didn't just say that shit. He just literally said, he said, y'all barking every fucking day. I'm about to tie both of y'all hands and get. Damn, how you gonna tell them dogs this? Then he got in his car and pulled off. You probably don't even got no clothes on that dog, man. You see how I mean? How people treat him? Even the pets, they treat pets like shit. They still kept going because they know he leaving. It is literally cold, number one, up in this specific area. And you probably don't even have no hoodie or nothing, no clothes on them damn dogs. What you expect, man? He said every day. What you expect? Put your ass out there naked. I said, he literally sound like one of the damn King of the Hill characters. I'm getting sick of y'all shit. All the goddamn barking every damn day. Booming Howard or whatever that thing. I put you out there, a bald eagle naked out there and shit, and sleep with them and see how they fucking. And you know what? To bring up the off topic at that, you seen how many people has been mauled by their own pets lately? This is why. Problem reaction. They do the solution, and then what? You gonna complain? But I remember years ago seeing a lady in Philly. She got mauled by her two pit bulls. I think it was it was 2 years ago that shit happened. And the dog she had raised them, treat them good and everything. They changed on her because she was talking to them like shit. Number one, beating on them. I guess people gonna say, what do you call them? What was them dogs? Pit bulls? These bull niggas. I'm gonna take them to the SPCA. That's what they did. They got nerve to film the dogs walking out. Like, okay, all right, we got in trouble. Put me on TV and shit. And that's how they were strolling out on camera when they was filming them pets that day. They still going here. They don't have no respect for you. That's what it is. And you treat them like shit. What you expect? But anyway, let me get back to being nice. All right, I'm being authentic and real on this audio here because that's important. It's very important. There's one thing I don't respect and I don't recognize it sometimes is people that be, you got everybody talking in the Pacific language and the Pacific style as if you're supposed to believe them because the way they talking. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like laughing like, motherfucker, was you born like that? Was you talking like that when you was like 5 years old or some shit? I know damn well when you got 10, 13, you ain't talk like that. You know what I mean? And the fucking shit, you know what I mean? And then I'll be like, what the fuck? Man. Even motherfuckers even people that don't know how to read and write don't talk like that. So being caught up in the street and miseducated is no excuse for that shit. All right. Now back to topic. So yeah. There's a point where right now, like I said at this time, and this is December of 25, people should really start taking things a little bit more serious because I don't know if people really feel and understand that you're FRREE dumbs are being slowly taken away from you, and you gotta look at it like this. There's a point where you may not be able to be walking around like we do now later on. And this is kind of like a warning before ahead of time. Take certain things, matters into your life to a point where like, okay, you're being in my business too much. Like, okay, now you're asking for too much of my personal business, or you're taking things from me, and now that I haven't done nothing to you or disrespect nobody, but you're trying to control me fully to an extent where I can't even breathe. That's what you got to look at this thing is, what's quietly coming in? What's the quiet storm coming into my my personal life, and then that is affecting my people around me and my family and my home, and I can't even keep a home. I can't even keep a home, steady home, or my bills are getting out of control. The food and it's getting out of control. You gotta really start taking it serious and to a point where like, look, I'm gonna have to do what I got. I gotta fend for myself. Okay, and if you think me living peacefully and being left alone is a crime, then fuck it. That's where you gotta start really looking at these steps that's being done in your face. This specific audio is not going to be for everybody, and I always say that because sometimes it takes a level of experience and understanding and awareness spiritually as well to determine whatever road and destination that a person want to choose. If let me tell you something about one thing about being free to do what comes natural, and that's not going to harm nobody else. It feels good because so many people I even know personally, they be so afraid to, and this is just an example. I don't mean literally right now. It's an example for those who understand. They're so afraid to have their lights turned off for a month or two. So afraid of the electricity to go out for a month or two. They're so afraid of buying an extra pair of sneakers or shoes just in case, of emergency. Having a bag or something to be able to stand during a situation, a crisis or something major that happened. Like, why do people be so afraid of the truth? Like I said, when the circus can have you, depend on the circus and lean on the circus at that, it'll have you afraid of the circus going down. So why, I said I lost a lot of people because they was in fear of those things. I'm saying those aspects of what I'm saying, like fear of every losing something or fear of just letting certain shit go, and they be so damn scared. But they come at you. They come at you with, oh, okay, they understand this or they down with that. But are you really, or you just reading the shit, or are you hearing the shit, or did you just start doing it? Because it's like when it's coming time to get into the action and preparation for things for you to survive, just in case, you ready to run. Or you don't want to socialize with people you understand, that's on that level of making sure that you're spiritually protected or whatever. Yeah. And things are not leading to for you to flip out or become one of these people that's out here constantly committing crimes and this, and sometimes they don't even know why they do it. They don't know why, or they don't know what drove them, or they don't know what's going on around them. They don't really care. Not everybody want to go that route. And I'm like, okay, if you don't understand it, don't go gather up the rest of the circus acts and uh, sit on your side of the cage and think everything's a joke and it's funny and it's giggling, it's keeping you happy, keeping your chest pumped out. You're giggling about every damn thing, and before you know it, you're going through something. Then that's when you're going to really realize somebody was around you to help you out or to give you an information that you need, and you ignored it. You laughed at it, or you listened to someone else telling you some shit to avoid the truth. You know, and I'm talking about means of survival. Number one, means of freedom, true freedom. Uh, uh, um, um, yes, like I said, I couldn't believe as I got older how many sleeping people was around me. Sometimes people don't understand this too, and this is for suffering people that went through multiple traumas growing up. You're being pushed away from the people that you're used to and being around, and you just don't understand it yet. Because the Most High will put you in certain positions for you to get it later. You know, when you're not of the world, you're gonna go through shit. Seriously, you're gonna go through things that people don't even gonna understand. They're gonna look at you and say, "Oh, you did something to cause these problems," because they're so used to the circus. You know, that's why history is important because, and I'm not talking about just one set of one group of history. I'm talking about world history to understand uh, uh, certain places that you know people are in and where we are. You know, not all of the controls are positive, and not all the controls were meant for people to uh, continue to maintain and follow. You know, every age, to be honest with you, something came to change things. With multiple world events caused things to change and switch, and then different people went to different lands, and then people moved here and people moved there. That's how it goes. But if you're trying, if you got to be careful. If you're being locked in a circus, right, and you don't know what's going on, you just under the tent, and you laughing and you buying up shit. You buying little treats and you know, you getting your funnel cake and your cotton candy and your soda. You laughing in the corner. The sugar getting your hype, and you so your eyes popped out, and you so entertained, and you so well trained. You know every act in the book. But when the fire on the top of that damn tent start to start erupting, you can't just run out the damn door. Not at the door, but you can't just run up out of the damn tent. And where you gonna go? When you gonna go? Where you gonna go? Don't you think you have some sort of mental stability, a functioning, a direction, and a concern for your people around you at least, so you won't be so damn selfish? Let's think about that. I know most people gonna come on here and be like, "What are you talking about? Such and such. I don't understand." Yeah, most people don't understand because I'm that type of person. I'm trying to show you something. I'm trying to tell you when you decide to get to that specific step and understanding things. Someone that's talking like me, you're gonna go back and remember. You're gonna go back and be like, okay, damn, now I understand what this person was telling me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes like a crossing of the street, okay, and I see that damn truck coming, but you just somebody all the way down the next block waving their hands, yelling at you, and you get your earphones on. You so distracted in your pocket. Your pocket's just full of money. You getting ready to go party. A truck coming down on the other side. You just having a good damn time. And all of a sudden, you getting ready to get hit with the person down there trying to tell you, yo, move the F out the way, something coming. That's the kind of person I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to direct you and understand what's going on in front of you. I know they said, no, I remember actually hearing a it's a Pacific line of something. And it's like this. Sometimes the things in your home, people might go to dollar store to get something chemical, some cleaning solutions, and want to keep their house clean because they think that what's making them sick is sometimes the stuff that's in the house or being unclean. And after you finish cleaning, you're still sick though, and you wonder what the hell is going on. But the things that you have around you, you think is not getting you sick, it's getting you sick. You're just too afraid to get rid of it. You don't want it because it keeps you entertained. It's keeping you focused. It's keeping you communicated, and you think everything is all right. Okay, and you just keep cleaning your ass off. You cleaning yourself. You cleaning everybody in the house. You know, you trying to figure out if it was something you bought last week that you cooked and ate, hurting your stomach or your head hurting, or your vision going down, and such and such. Huh. I'll be sitting around seeing people they do that, right? I literally seen a few people do it. And sometimes you don't want to seem crazy because if you tell them, what's causing the situation, they'll look at you fucking crazy. That's what I mean about the circus is keeping you entertained and fully unaware. And you're so busy on consuming and disrespecting your family and disloving the people that's around you and doing whatever you can for your own fucking life that you won't even pay attention to what somebody trying to give you some sort of awareness or something. But the secret weapon is right in your fucking house the whole time, and you just don't even realize it. It's crazy out here, man. This world is crazy. Mm-hmm. I be seeing lately for the last couple of days. Actually, it's funny how it happened a couple of days ago. I ain't gonna talk about that one, but let's see this. It's funny how a situation happened a couple of days ago, where um, now the people that are a part of things or situations that harm other people, they're now getting attacked themselves. But you was contributing to it. It was all fun and games. You made a situation seem as if it actually, as if you was fully concerned, right? And later on, people found out that you was in with the shit. And like I said, it's dark times, and Scripture talks about how the betrayal and dysfunction of family, and the backstabbing, and the cold heartedness is going to be at these times that it's whew, man, it's very hurtful. It really is. You know what I'm saying? It really is. And I hear so many grown ass people, they be my age. Um, they will promote the negative shit, right? But then when something happens to theirs, like I said, we all know they complain about it. But here's the funny thing I find crazy. And this is speaking on the street right now. People be so streetwise, right? Because that's just basically what it is, streetwise wisdom, right? Street wisdom, which isn't much. It's like a fifth grade certificate, basically what it is. So it's like another form of a hall pass. Something can happen to theirs, right? Their family or whatever. And they'll display it and express it in according to what the shit they learned, according to street wisdom. They have all the language and all the hardball talk and the tough guy shit, and they can handle anything, and they deal with such and such type of person. Blah, blah, blah. But once again, when it comes to something or someone that happened to them and their family, they won't do nothing. But they make it seem like they're doing something, right? To make other people to keep that street wisdom and that credibility rolling, according to them. But then when you they'll sit there on national TV, sometimes local, continue to criminate themselves, right? To act as if they don't understand what's going on. Sometimes some of the fools don't even understand what's going on. I think it's like a pretty pretending measure nowadays where you can pretend to be a warrior or someone that understands something, or you so wise, street wise, and you bopping back and forth, on the hip hop level and understanding. Like I said, no disrespect to the music, because I do it and I love it. But just like those damn video games that y'all be having people sometimes having their kids play, they still won't understand what's going on. Like the shit be right there in their face and they still won't get it. Right? There is certain kinds of men and certain kinds of with certain kind of abilities that things sometimes they didn't even ask to be in a position of. Sometimes certain things as far as life can push a person into a certain direction. And However a man fits that, they got to maintain or deal with something. They got to deal with it according to what they learned in the beginning. That's how I feel. But this is what makes it deep for certain kinds of men. Just the individual, I'm saying. You can actually spot an ignorant person. But sometimes certain people will react according to the way they see that person. It kind of make a mistake sometimes. Sometimes it's not even good to even react to certain um things according to the street wisdom shit. Because what good is it going to do? Hmm? It's going to get you a little bit of attention for a while. And before you know it, 5 or 10 years later, everybody don't even give a shit about you no more. They keep talking about your story on and on, but then the story is gone. That's what I used to tell some of my younger brothers. I used to say to them, let me tell you something about that street wisdom shit is it's okay. It's like a ROTC or someone being uh, trained and someone going through a gym training for a while. Because when it comes to whatever pressures you deal with maintaining internally, some of those things can drag you down certain spiritual and mental breakdowns to a point where you may lose yourself, or you want to give up your guard and go into a certain direction, okay, that's going to destroy you because you got just street wisdom. And you'd be shocked. I'm giving jewels here for a reason. You'd be shocked. These MFs be 48, 50 something years old and still with the street mindset. I can't believe that some of us of our men are actually going into their age with the same fucking mindset that they had when they was damn 18 to 25 years old. I'm meaning a certain mindset for a reason, and I'm talking spiritually here. Everything's a fucking joke. No one has no unification for anything. We got too many liars, too many game players. There's no seriousness when they're discussing anything that's going to benefit everybody. It's either a scheme behind the shit, something to look good for. They're fucking selfish, undetermined. They're determined for a little bit, then the next thing you find that they're not really. Or they're looking for some popularity. Or this is one thing that burns me, which is the reason why I wrote this song, Investigate Shit. Everybody has an investigative mindset. Like I said, let's go back to elementary school. You have all those children that they see other children back then in my time. Some people had lunch boxes, some didn't. Oh, your mom won't have this lunchbox. Yo, this dude lunchbox, the junk. He ain't got nothing in it. He. The other one go tell the other one, yeah, I heard you ain't got this. Oh, yo, you, this guy with with the Hulkamania lunchbox, he punched this dude the other day. I told him don't go that way because he don't like you touching his ball. Or he don't want to play football with you. It's like, come on. How long this shit gonna keep going? And it makes certain type of men be afraid to trust these type. That's me. And then sometimes you got to watch out for the ones that, how can I say? I forgot the heavyset guy from Scarface. that Scarface took all his stuff from him and this and that. He tried to set Scarface up. I forgot. Now, this is just an example. The one that has everything, got what he got, you know. Let's just look at the personality of this guy, that character in that movie. He was so goddamn silly. Everything was funny. He was drunk all the time. His woman didn't respect him like that. She really didn't like him. Always got his face here and there, and he's always showing off. Them type of mother people. And then that's when it came along. Well, this dude that was fully, he was serious. He was hungry at that. Came and took whatever he took from him for what? For power and control. That's just the other example I'll be talking about. Those kind of people get a chance to play those type of people, even when they don't even know it. The serious individual is going to be the person and the people that loses something, had their family harmed, or understand certain things that's trying to distract them to keep them off a path. That's going to be a serious person. And that has the Most High, Yah, Christ in their life. A God-fearing person, individual. That's the one that's strong. But as long as you have these type of individuals out here, it's going to be hard for people to spot certain kinds of people. Trust me. Because you're too busy being distracted by the circus tamer and its animals. And it's out here lying to you every day. Peace out.